Hello and welcome to the back nine of our round one feature card for the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship presented by Innova. This is an A tier for us. It just feels like a major. A lot of history, a lot of prestige out here at Winthrop University. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.
We're
Honk.
watching. No, please.
Who are we watching, Erika?
I don't know anymore. Honk.
Okay, sorry, we'll stop. Kristin Tattar with wrapping up her back nine with 5 birdies. Unbelievable. Missy also bogey-free, almost as unbelievable.
Henna Bloomers and Evelina Sullivan also 5 down, got a handful at 4 down. Missy Gannon 3 down and a tie for 7th. Own 2 down, tied for 10th. Katrina, mostly just that one large blemish on hole 1, otherwise even. Needs to find some birdies on the back though. Hole 10 is a par 3. It's 331 feet. You are carrying across out of bounds for about, 310 of those feet? Maybe 305. Basically,
Why does it feel so much farther?
It's usually a headwind, so that's definitely part of it. The nice thing is this used to be a very difficult drop zone. If you went OB anywhere, it was super punishing. Now the drop zone is a circle 2 putt that's still kind of a death putt but makeable, so it really incentivizes everyone in the field to go for it. The layup is pretty risky. It's one of those ones where you just have to keep throwing the shot till you're in bounds. Also, you can just park it if you're Kristin Tattar. Paige Shue was on my card, also parked it. Shout out to her. That's a great shot.
Yeah, 13% of the field parking the hole. I think that's around 6 competitors.
This is one of those ones where if you park this hole, sometimes it hits those bricks and rolls. It's like scary to park it. Or is it? Missy Gannon also just, 15 feet away for an easy birdie?
Half the field got into circle 1. 3/4 of the field got into circle 2 for birdie. So it seems like most people are going for it. Own taking the safe route. I feel like I looked at this halfway today and it feels a little bit sketchy, but there is so much room to work over there, especially if you go deeper.
Yeah. The first shot's not that hard. The second shot is just a little nerve-wracking, simply because you know that if you miss, you just have to keep throwing the same shot. Katrina going for it as well. Looks like she is flirting with the line, but is inbounds. Looks like I think she's going to be just outside the circle for a birdie look. That was actually a fairly aggressive layup from Own in a good way, like making this shot very simple. If you lay up closer to that tree in the frame, that's when it starts to get a little bit tough because you can't really see where the out of bounds line is. Katrina circle 2 look for birdie, comes up low. It's a little bit of a roll.
Missy, another birdie.
And still that squeaky clean bogey-free scorecard.
50% of the field getting this birdie. This one does feel a little bit like a must get.
Or at least a must clear. You know, like if you come up short on that drive, it does not feel good.
Own the queen of course management, though, knowing that that is out of her limit with her current state of her arm.
Even though the wind is down, it looks like here. But that's smart. Own isn't afraid to follow the game plan.
All right, we got 6 birdies in a row now.
Okay, we don't have words for that.
We have no names.
Just wow.
Just wow.
Wow.
Hannah Bloomers also 6 down.
And Evelina
Sullivan, 6 down. Hole 11, 598 feet. It's about 310 feet to this drop zone right here on the left-hand side, just before that first bubble on the left. Your second shot, you can chip up here and play for your par, or if you're feeling frisky going for this green, it's about 330 feet to get to the green.
Sure.
It feels maybe like a little bit uphill, or maybe it's just the weird, like kind of right to left headwind you have. But the second shot, I think, is one of the more difficult shots to throw on the course. But if you do miss and go out of bounds, it is just hazard. So you play from where your disc lies. You do not have to rethrow from your previous lie or go to any sort of drop zone.
I think one of the reasons it plays longer is you end up in this area down here, sometimes pinched on that tree, because it's another one of those classic circles on the right side that is in the landing zone. It'd be so nice to land up there because then you can see all of the out of bounds line. In that shallow area, whatever, down the hill on the left, you can't really see the OB line, so you're just kind of guessing on that second shot.
You're like blindly throwing over it.
And often throwing like a little nose up because of
how
the
down.
hill.
Yeah, how down in the ditch you are. Missy, like in the deepest part of the ditch.
But also a good distance, good enough to definitely go for it if she wants. Yeah, classic OB circle, just right where you want to be.
Yeah, perfect placement.
Like they couldn't have made it more infuriating.
Owen getting her disc to check up perfectly in the landing zone.
Definitely risky to go for it from there. You want to be about 30 feet farther, I think, like where Missy is. Katrina, a little high and hyzered. Going to be playing with this tree. A little bit of a low ceiling there. Inbounds, though.
Yeah, she might go for it, but the low-hanging branches can make it very difficult to do anything but just play for par at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She won't. But she is.
Surprised to see Owen potentially going for it, but she gets a really great kick off the rock that is in out of bounds to a safe area.
Yeah, ribbon for most interesting layup.
Yeah.
Katrina looking like just the layup play? No. Wow, she's going for it.
Yeah, those low-hanging branches, she had to throw it, keep it so low straight out of the gate, and she comes up short in the hazard.
Kristin looks like she's lining up the shot as well. I like this play where you kind of go across the right. There's a lot more room over there.
Ooh, she almost pushes that OB deep, but she's going to have a circle's edge putt downhill for birdie.
Missy in the ideal place to attack here. You can see that you can't really see the back edge of that hazard area. But Missy clears it pretty easily.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout. She'll be in circle 2, but it's a nice uphill look, so she doesn't have to worry too much about anything except for a roll away.
Owns third. What a perfect approach. It is easy to mess that one up with that right to left sloping hill. It's really easy on the backhand to hyzer down the hill and leave yourself with more of a putt than you'd like.
Ooh, Katrina with such a solid run.
Mm-hmm. Missy coming back at it. Imperative that she does not miss cage low. You tend to get the rollaways.
Oh.
Whoa. Did I do that?
No. Okay. All right. Not terrible.
Yeah, could be worse.
Kristin, probably a good head and shoulders above the basket right now.
Knees and toes maybe even.
Look at this wind.
Yeah, it's happening.
Wow.
Oh, man. 7?
Just floating in a circle 2 putt for 7 in a row. Was that not slow mez worthy? It's okay. We'll slow
Can't catch them all right?
We'll slow mez it in our heart.
In our hearts. You got it. You got it. Does your slow mez in your heart have like a background soundtrack? Think about it. Think about it at home too. Maybe leave it in the comments.
Mine definitely had like slow motion fan, like Beyonce style.
Ooh.
With the hair blowing.
Love that. Just add that in there in post-production.
Oh, here we go. That's what we wanted.
Just a little more hair waving.
Where's our backtrack? Oh my gosh.
And with that, Kristin going to take solo first over Henna and Evelina, both at 6 down. Wow. Hole 12 is a par 5. It's 901 feet. Another perfect little OB circle right where you want to land. So you see most women lay up a little bit short or a little bit left of that. Second shot, you want to be up on this hillside. I like being on the left because then you can see the flag pin and go for it. If you do not make it in bounds on your approach shot, you have to go from your previous lie or the drop zone, which is
brutal.
I want to say maybe unreachable. Like a lot of the MPO don't even get it from the a lot of them go for it, but a lot of them don't make it.
Yeah, it's blind. Yeah. It's uphill.
You see most people lay up from the drop zone.
It's blind. It's uphill. It has ant mound in the way that you have to either throw around or over. So you end up throwing this weird nose up angle. It's just really not worth it for most FPO competitors.
Kristin with a solid shot just short of the OB landing area.
More skilled.
So this is a tee shot that you really don't have to bite off too much. Missy,
That's good.
yep, that's great. You don't really have to push this out of bounds circle if you don't want to. It does, of course, make your second and third shot shorter, but it's not one that you have to play super aggressive on if you're not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel worth it.
Yep.
Own really working the angle on this forehand. Gets good distance. I have no idea what it's like down there.
Yeah, I played a practice round with Maria Oliva. She played from down there as well. I think
it's fine.
it's fine if you have the distance to get back up the hill because, like Erika said, you really want to be up high where your second shot is lying so you can see at least the flagstick.
Great placement from Katrina. So if you are on that right side, kind of little depression, that's where you can't really see the flagpole. I don't think there's not that many places. You have to get really far to see the actual basket.
That little dead grass area that Katrina's just passed is perfect, so she's in an ideal spot to set up for birdie. You can see Owen forcing a backhand up there. She gets to the landing zone.
Just a little shy of where you'd like to be. Maybe 20, 30 feet.
I wonder if she can get a forehand there from where she just landed.
Oh, that would be cool. You do see a lot of people who aren't in position just lay up to the left.
Yep.
As well.
This is one of those holes where you really do have to make a decision on whether you want to play for birdie or just get your par because you can quickly stack strokes.
Kristin in a solid spot. A little in the middle of the ditch, but pretty far up there.
Is this one of the few holes where we have that rule of having to rethrow?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So it's, super punishing. Like if Owen does not make it in bounds here, even though this looks really good, she would just have to throw from right there again.
Yep. And that's great.
And it's like more of a full shot than you think from where Owen was. Like that is a full power shot.
It's deceivingly far. I threw a distance driver in practice and I laughed because I thought it was over the road and it was parked.
Yeah,
So,
same.
Yeah.
Every throw I was like, oh, that's good. It was short left, and every shot that I thought was deep was parked. So Katrina OB gonna have to rethrow. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
She does not wait at all. That is a good correction.
She's going to have a lot of work left to do for her bogey save.
Missy, a pretty ideal spot here. You can see that flag.
Probably about 260 feet, maybe 280.
I'm closer to 2. Yeah, okay. Yep. I'll just agree. There's no point in arguing on speculative distances. It is. It's just deceiving. It looks closer.
It does.
Kristin going forehand. Leaves a little bit of a putt for her 8th birdie in a row.
So this always plays as one of the hardest holes of the day. But today, it's middle of the pack with 38% of the field getting birdies.
Cool.
That's so cool.
Field's getting better. Wow.
Oh, what?
What an unbelievable bogey save. Let's see that slow-mez.
This is such another risky putt to run, too.
Yeah.
If she passes by this basket, it can so quickly go by and roll.
Katrina's score definitely rough for some of the amazing things that she has done this round. What a save.
That was just absolutely hearted, too.
Can she do it? 8 in a row? We don't have a name for that. Oh, 7 can be the own Scoggins because she did it at U.S. Women's.
Okay.
So, I was going to say this would be the Tattar.
I guess an own is good enough for today.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Weekend's not over.
A nice birdie from Missy, still bogey free.
Yeah, moving to 5 down.
That is so cool.
Special. Hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Owen comes up short on her birdie bid.
A lot of action.
Yeah, kind of an atypical miss for Owen. Gonna have to settle for par. And settle she does.
It's crazy to watch Kristin get 7 birdies in a row, and still Hannah and Evelina are right there in the mix with her.
Mm-hmm.
I've purchased 60 acres of land in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I am designing a disc golf course for the one and only Dylan Cease.
Hole 13, 657 feet with a super downhill fun tee shot. That cart path is out of bounds all the way down the right hand side. The woods line, you can go in there, but you don't want to. Your second shot is a nice bottleneck that you have to work through. It opens up as you get closer to the green, but look at how guarded this basket is. There is out of bounds on the right hand side in the parking lot. Left side again is fair game, but there's so many little branches and trees and bushes that you do really not want to mess in there.
Well said. Missy with a solid play. I like landing a little bit more on the left side of the fairway as you're looking towards the pin. Makes that bottleneck a little bit easier to get through. Did you talk about the pin positions? We're in the long position today.
No, I did not.
And we'll be in a short new pin position to the right the next 2 days. Final day return to the long.
Yeah, the short position is right around behind that huge tree clump on the right-hand side. Shortens the hole significantly. We'll see a lot more birdies on that one.
Kristin, in that area you don't want to mess around in or be in or any of the other things.
Yeah, just messing.
Yeah, just messing.
Looks like they're dealing with a lot more wind than when my car came through. We were pretty early.
But I like throwing more towards the sidewalk and then fading.
Yep.
Kristin and Owens were both a little early.
They also threw overstable discs. You almost can just throw something softly and let it work. But I think the wind is pretty intense out there.
And it almost looked like Catrin was trying to adjust to what happened to their disc and ends up going too straight. You don't usually see so many out of bounds on this one or dealing with that left side.
No, this is a fairly straightforward shot.
Yeah, definitely the hardest part of the hole is this second shot. It's difficult to park.
Katrina made that little turnover shot look so easy. That is such a difficult shot to have your disc not fade into the woods.
Owen going sidearm here. Wow. And sit. That's amazing. Wow. That is ridiculously good.
Yeah, just the perfect amount of break.
Kristin also going sidearm. Probably more of a turnover line. She's going to be back on that left side a little bit.
Yeah, off fairway to off fairway. Chipping her way down.
Missy in a prime position to go for birdie. She's trying to go turnover here. Not quite enough turn on it. Definitely some difficult putting on this one. I mean, there's 4 trees within 4 feet of the basket. So sometimes you're left with like that's 12 feet, but it might be kind of blocked.
Yeah, you might not have any putt. There's also a little ditch behind the basket that if you land down in there, you can just sometimes you're looking at a wall.
Yeah, there's some low branches in there too. Katrina trying to work the turnover sidearm on her 4th. I think she's in circle 2 or edge of circle maybe.
Wow,
Missy, where is she?
I don't left. We know that, but
She's in there.
she's looking to the sky. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
She's got a way to save par. Own with the only birdie look on the card.
Yeah, she's about, what, 45?
I'm not gonna lie, it's weird not having the tassels on circle 1.
Yeah, we're
My
definitely
brain-
so spoiled.
Yeah, my brain doesn't know what to look for. It's like, where is she? I don't know. She could be at 20. She could be at 80.
Do you ever play casually and you're like, man, where are the lines? How do I know where the circle is?
Yeah, we are spoiled.
Katrina comes up short on her bogey bid. It's going to be a double. Missy keeps that bogey-free round alive. Solid putt.
Great scramble. Kristin scrambling really well as well. Oh my gosh. 4. 20% of the field taking a birdie on this hole.
As well.
That is 8 competitors out of 40.
A little bit of a rough one. Surprised not to see more birdie looks on that hole.
Yeah, a quarter of the field got to circle 1 for a birdie look. Just our feature card having a little bit of trouble.
They're all dangerous out here.
And it's weird. Anyone can get you.
And then Evelina, both 8 down now, taking the lead over Kristin. Hole 14 is a par 3, 261 feet. They built this new platform for us, which is really nice. It opens up the backhand line. It's the tee pad's pointed at the sidearm line, which is really common. There is hazard that wraps around the basket, around the hay bales. I would say, do you think the backhand's more common or the sidearm?
I thought the backhand was, but then I saw 3 sidearms on my card today, so I have no idea.
Me neither. Oh, and then obviously the road is OB on the right there. There is a sidewalk too that's like kind of in the backhand line, and if you hit that thing, you can ramp off and go deep pretty easily. Kristin gonna show us the sidearm. Beautiful. I mean, the flight was beautiful. The flopping around was kind of funny.
This elevated tee pad that they built really narrows the gap that you have to hit from high to low.
Oh, that's true, I guess. But
Yeah.
you're farther up.
Yeah.
You're 50 feet farther than we were last
It's
year.
opened up more left to right, widens the gap, but it really makes it more difficult as far as your height. Own discs up to something faster, but you
Destroyer.
can... Okay, well, you can skip off the sidewalk really easily that way and find OB like we saw. Katrina with a beautiful sidearm, but
So
gosh,
punished.
that is the worst.
It is the worst.
That was such a great pure shot. Missy not trying to do anything crazy, laying up for par.
I think you see some women go for it if you get like on the sidewalk or near it, but anything past it, it just becomes not quite worth it.
Own trying to go from OB to save that par. Katrina will have to do the same here. It is very uphill.
Nice. Man,
gosh.
she's doing some
long-
crazy stuff.
Her long putting is unreal.
Yeah, brutal to see her, Katrina, not rewarded for that gorgeous sidearm. This is one of those holes where you wish it was OB and not hazard for the putting. Kristin back on the birdie train. Moving to 8 down. I'm going to settle for bogey. She's still 1 under par. Mad, do you think the back 9 or the front 9 plays easier, or is it kind of the same?
I think the back 9 is way more brutal. I think
Okay.
the front 9, you get birdies. The back 9, you just buckle up and try to protect those birdies. There are some opportunities still on the back, of course, but I think there's a lot more places to find disaster as well. I mean, going straight from hole 11 to 12, like, come on.
Yeah. Check out Henna 9 down through 14.
Hole 15. It's the triple mando, the third triple mando of the day we have. You just have to get through there. It doesn't matter where you land after that. You can save par pretty easily, but if you miss the mando, the drop zone on the right-hand side is pretty tough to save your par. Lots of cool little lanes that you can hit after you make it through that triple mando, but there's not just one right answer. It's just kind of scramble from where you lie after you make it through the initial gap.
Little early. This is a really common mistake on this hole. Just trying to kind of chill out and make sure you make it. Maybe get a skip around the corner and it just comes out just a hair early. Definitely possible to save par from the drop zone, but so challenging. Missy makes the mando, but gonna be short of the corner. Gonna take birdie out of play. Everyone a little early.
Yeah, Katrina in the exact same spot.
Makes the mando, though. Let's see if Owen can show us the correction. This yellow one's that flippy destroyer. She usually gets this thing to turn really nicely.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
So good.
Ideal spot.
Kristin, from that drop zone, it's off to the right. It's about, I would say, 300-ish feet, maybe a little less to the green.
It's really tough to get inside the circle. You see mostly circle 2 looks. I like to put a little bit more of a hyzer finish on that shot, just because then you have less trees to contend with. Kristin probably going to have a whole lot of stuff in her way on that par save putt.
Katrina not having anything to work with here. She tries to get a forehand roller out into the middle because once you get in that line of trees, it's fairly straightforward to get at least to the green. But like Erika said, there are a lot of guardian trees on the green, especially on the short side.
Mm-hmm. Missy attempts to go turnover sidearm. She drops to a solid spot. She'll have a straightforward upshot, maybe, I don't know, 190 feet, we'll call it. Just since we make stuff up and you guys hopefully believe us. Own lining up this gap. Oh, yeah.
Gets a little ground play. She is inside circle 2. Oh,
I think
inside
she's
the
in
circle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a great shot. Katrina with probably a putter there.
Ooh.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Slides through all the guardian trees to the bullseye. Missy with a very pretty backhand.
Yeah.
Did she hit a tree or hit the basket? She hit something. And it checked up
I was
nicely.
going to say tree. Oh, this is such a... Kristin really doesn't have much of a putt here at all. That one tree is right in her way. See if she can make something happen. She was trying. Trying to go over it, it looked like.
Strangely, still a difficult putt from there as well.
Yeah. Own in for birdie, moves back to 2 down.
This played as the 4th most difficult hole of the day. 23% of the field taking a birdie and 35 taking a bogey or worse. This is one where strokes can stack up quickly. A nice par from Missy. Kristin with a really wide stance, saving bogey after not having a whole lot to work with from the drop zone. Katrina, however, with a nice drop in par.
I'm gonna take the box on the next one with that beautiful birdie.
Still managing the course well, even with her very limited distance.
Hole 16, par 3, 342 feet. There is hazard lining the left and right sides by the string line and the rocks on the left. This pin has a lot of guardian trees right around it. Sidearm is a great play if you got the power sidearm going to the left of that leftmost leaning tree. You see a lot of backhand turnovers. Own turning this over maybe too much, but then she does that thing where it breaks perfectly and then she parks it.
No, but for real.
Anybody else who threw that shot, that would be too much turn.
I need to take notes because I've been trying to explain what I mean when I talk about Own's form. That was like a textbook definition of what looks like a shank.
Yeah.
But then turns perfect.
Mm-hmm. I like the flip up that kind of pushes the right side, kind of like what Missy's doing here. It does get a little bit narrow over there, but it's so easy to hyzer out and find that left side hazard. Hazard line, if that's a thing. I can't remember if it's been hazard or OB on the right side. I feel like the right maybe.
I think it's always been hazard, yeah.
Okay. Katrina just piping one down there. Super clean shot. I'm surprised. Well, not super surprised, but I thought we might see one sidearm on the card.
340. It plays a little longer than that. Even with, it looks like it's even a little downhill, but for some reason, just the shape that you're forced to hit, you can't get a huge distance shot like you want.
Wow, it was a great shot from Kristin. Burst verdict again. Kind of slowing things down. Oh, Missy is in the hazard.
Yeah. Full sends that putt.
Kristin, just an inch inside the circle, comes up short on the cage for her birdie bid. Katrina looking for some green on this back nine. And she finds it. Great putt.
Yeah, that's a good one to get.
Own for another birdie. Only about 17 feet away. Hits left side.
We know after U.S. Women's that even putting is kind of bothering Own's arm as well. It's very atypical to see her miss some short ones that we've seen today, but I know that arm is probably tired. I'm sure she practiced more than she maybe should have at this point.
Taking time off is one of the hardest things to do for yourself.
It really is. There was only 6 birdies on that hole today, so big ups to Katrina for finding the 2.
Wow, Evelina 10 down. Henna 9, Kristin in solo 3rd.
Double digits on day 1.
Wow.
Oh, hole 17, 249 feet downhill. We did have a headwind today. Pretty good one at times. They have the basket in the pin placement that's on the left-hand side in the teeny tiny little corner of this big pizza slice shaped green.
Love it.
You ideally want to get close to the basket so you don't have to putt into this very scary narrow green, but it's very risky, especially with the type of wind we had today. If you miss the green, you take about 4 steps up to the drop zone.
14.
14 steps up to the drop zone. It's a much easier shot, but you have a tendency to miss right and have a very long putt.
Great shot from Katrina. There's just so many nerves. I mean, how long is the walk from 16 to 17?
Long.
Were you just thinking about this shot?
You're like, wonder what the wind's doing.
Yeah.
What am I going to throw? My stable one or my overstable one?
Also, this is the harder of the 2 pin positions on the pizza slice. Own with a great shot. Decision time, though. I mean, the hay bales are only like 4 feet behind the pin.
It's played as the most difficult hole of the day.
Always. Most difficult hole of the year. Kristin with a higher kind of turnover line with a Pioneer. Love that.
It's funny because I know this is a difficult shot and I know the wind is difficult, of course. But I feel like this just highlights like potentially the mental game of the people playing the hole.
Yeah.
Because I think it's, 60% mental, 40% skill here.
I'd agree with that breakdown. Also, just the confidence to throw a forehand. Like, I'm so impressed that Missy's doing that. It's so tempting if you aren't a forehand dominant player to try the turnover, and it really is just a forehand shot. You can obviously make the turnover work. Paige Shue last year getting the ace with the backhand.
Yes, shout out Paige Shue.
But I think it's a sidearm all day. Missy making that upshot look pretty easy. As Mad said, you end up to the, actually, what did you say, to the right side of the pizza slice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very easy to do and have a little bit longer putt than you want for your four.
Own.
Wow.
Circle 2 birdie putt. Moves to 3 down.
She's not worried about the hay bales.
Nope.
She's just ready to wave at the crowd.
I think her hand was up before she even made the putt. Katrina from just inside.
Nice.
Another birdie. Man, I don't care how bad your round is going. Birdieing 17 feels fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Only 18% of the field did it. That is only 7 competitors out of 40. And we're
Wow,
gonna
there's
see
3 of them. Pretty much half.
Wow.
Pretty math.
Honk to that. Missy gonna have to take the bogey, but that was such a great recovery shot from the drop zone.
Once you miss, you see so many doubles and triples. It's pretty hard to save the bogey.
Mm-hmm. Pro caddy Tom recovering the lost booty.
He pirates a little on the side.
Evelina's still holding on 10 down through 17. She made it through hole 17.
Wow. Wrapping it up, hole 18. It's a short par 5 at only 647. It's another water carry shot from kind of a dock tee pad, OB left and right, that then wraps around the corner. It's often a skip shot or at least a steep hyzer to the pin, but you got to control your speed and your angle, because look at that slope, folks, right towards the water. You're putting at an elevated pin, so you really want to get it close. If you just kind of chop the hole into little chunks, you don't ever have to throw that far, but it's just really technical placement golf. And you could get aggressive and think about an eagle. You don't usually see that as a play, but it is feasible.
We love a dock tee pad into little chunks.
That is what we love.
Katrina finding that left side OB. This is not a hole with any weird rules. You just play where it last crossed, correct? Or is there...
There's one mandatory and one drop zone, but other than that,
just
it's
regular OB.
Normal. And I think Katrina crossed up in that corner.
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
So this is a problem with this hillside, is sometimes you see these rolls out of bounds, but Owen does check up. It's a nice little chunk from her. Nice little strut down the dock. There's a sign saying don't feed the geese, but we do appreciate snacks on the course.
Honk.
I love the sidearm play. All right, great shot.
A little twirl, and it sits. I love the sidearm play off the dock tee pad. I think that is the way to go, but Missy's so good at these backhands.
Yeah, backhand is super workable. It's just really easy to do what Katrina did or turn it over too much and get the cut roll. Super difficult to do what Missy just did.
Yeah, she kept it nice and low, and that is perfect. Like Erika said, this is a really sloped fairway. So every other shot from here on out, you're probably going to be on a side hill. It's very awkward.
Yeah, and it's really easy on this second shot on the sidearm to kind of pull it across your body and throw 2 straight. This OB line is pretty close to the tree, but it is nice, even though that tree, it smells so bad. It's a great area to land right next to. If you land just left of it, you know you're going to have a good approach shot.
Kristin makes the Mando, but kind of shanks one to the right. She misses short of that OB tree. Or, I mean, of that stinky tree.
Tree's inbound. You just hate having to throw right next to it. It's a ginkgo tree. It smells awful.
It's a really great indicator, but you just don't want to breathe nearby.
Katrina, nice center cut little sidearm shot. Missy, same thing. The nice thing about going OB right versus left is you can still save your par because the shot's nice and open, and it looks like Kristin's going to do just that. What a shot.
Yeah, once you're pinned over to the left, even just the tiniest bit, it's a super blind shot to the green. Very scary because you do have to get some left finish. You can't just pitch up to the hill or you're left with a very, very daunting putt.
Katrina pushes the back edge a little bit. She's going to be in circle 2. Probably 50-foot death putt. So risky.
I wonder if she runs it. No, she's too smart.
Yeah. You're not talking about me, are you?
Missy.
Ooh, there is an OB line. She's only about 2 feet off of it, but that's so nice because she has like the sideways putt at it, not the death putt. Look how far Owen is up here. Leaves more work than you'd like after.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get that left finishing. It's such an optical illusion. Ooh.
She's going for it.
She's going for it. I kind of had a feeling. She's been lighting up these circle 2s.
Wow. Oh some of the most amazing par and bogey saves we've seen all day. Katrina finding 2 birdies on the back and finishing strong. Obviously a rough round overall, but
I feel like her
lots
circle
more
2
golf.
putting percentage is just monstrous
Fire.
today.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Owen for birdie just inside the circle. Give it to her. Moves her to 4 down on the round.
What a great finish. 3 birdies in the last 4.
Missy, after getting a couple bogeys, finishes with a nice birdie. Also going to be 4 down, tied with Owen. Looking like chase card for those ladies. And Kristin with a solid par save after that OB on the second. I believe Ellie Ezra, our 16-year-old, she the advanced champion, took the only eagle, the first eagle we've ever seen on this hole.
Oh my gosh.
Go check that
I did
out.
not know that.
It is unbelievable.
Is there a video up? And we're going to get
there's
to
a
watch
video
her tomorrow as well. Yay, finally.
Evelina, 11 down. Henna, 10 down. Kristin Tattar, 8 down. Ellie Ezra, how do you say it? Middling?
Yep.
6 down. Wow.
Wow. And we knew we were going to see some low scores out here today, but I did not think 2 people already with double-digit scores. Super excited to watch this lead card tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Yay. It's going to be great. Look at everyone. To be in the top 20, you got to be under par?
Yeah.
Question mark? Hello.
Yep. It's tough out here.
Yeah. We do have really nice forecasts for the rest of the week. No foul weather in our future, which is great. So come hang out with us. We have 3 more rounds out here at Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championships. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.